the disappointment is to wait for 8 months for this deck to come back, to be made available again, and then discover that is so disappointing. Remember ducks, it's Simon here. Welcome back to the Hermit's Cave. So as you can see in front of me, I have finally both editions of the Beauty of Horror tarot decks. This one I showed you quite recently, even though I've had it since Christmas, and it was in a Copycat Tripping Cards where I talked about my unopened decks and why they were unopened, and I mentioned that the Beauty of Horror, this one, which was a very kind Christmas gift from my friend Sandra at the Whispering Well, I hadn't opened it because I was waiting for the Beauty of Horror coloured cards to arrive so I could do this video. That was last December. And the reason why I was waiting is because they were on sale around this time last year, coming up towards Samhain, which is when I wanted to start working with them through the darker months. And they were unavailable, couldn't get them anywhere. I tried on Book Depository, Wordery, Amazon, local shops, all that kind of thing, and I couldn't get them. In the last week, they appeared again on Amazon and at quite a good price, so I didn't hesitate and I got them, and I've had them for a couple of days, but I've just not opened them yet. But it's quite timely, and maybe that's why they've not been available for so long, is because, you know, perhaps these decks aren't as popular during the summer months. I don't know, controversial. Maybe that's just the case. I know for me, you know, I like to work with darker decks during any time from around October onwards, you know, as we get into Halloween and Samhain, and the darker nights and things like that. Over the last couple of years, I've been using decks like the Dead Weight. So in terms of comparing, in terms of packaging, these sets are the same size, the same style. They open like this. The book looks to be the same. The difference here, on the black and white version, it says on the right hand side, colour your destiny. And here it says fear your future. And we've got this red metallic cold stamping with astrological associations and things like that on it. But this says tarot, a gorgeous colouring set, tarot, gorgeous coloured cards. So the idea, and I think the cards are a little bit larger in the black and white from memory. I'll take the book out in a second. The idea, they have this very rough matte finish. They are glossy on the backs, so hopefully the light is picking up there, but they're clear on the front so that you can use them for colouring. I'm not a colourer, so I'm not going to use it for that, but I like the idea of having them as a black and white set. I don't believe these are the same size, but we will have a look. Let's have some water. I'm a lot better today. You will have seen, if you've looked at my community tab, or if you're in the Hermit's Cave Facebook group, I'm not going to do a live today because I'm not 100% better, but I am a lot better. But I don't want to chance sitting in a live video having had an upset tummy. So yeah, you can see these are a lot smaller. Oh yeah, just like the last time as well, the back isn't printed. It looks printed in the, when it's shrink wrapped, but this is just a sheet that comes off. Not quite sure why. why they do that. I'd imagine, we'll just have a quick look at the books, but I'd imagine they're the same. It's just the Beauty of Horror guidebook. Let's have a look here. Table of contents. Okay, so we've got an introduction. Yeah, the introduction's the same. Table of contents is the same. Yeah, it looks pretty much identical. It is identical, not pretty much. And then we go into the cards. So the guidebooks are exactly the same. All right, so, and this isn't a thick deck. I mean, this is a thick deck, as you can see here. There's quite a difference, but this is, it feels quite small. I'm not even sure if this is a standard tarot size. It probably is. Yeah, actually it's a little bit taller. It just feels really small because it's next to that one. That'll be the reason why. Whoops. What's up with me? Okay. So I'll take the plastic off. Oh, the cards are paper thin. Paper thin. That's really disappointing. Really disappointing. I think that's the thinnest cardstock I've ever had in a deck. And when I took it out of the package, I thought, wow, that's a thin deck. But like I just said with the size, comparing it with this thick deck, I thought that might be why it was a bit of an illusion, but that's dreadful. So thumbs down on the production quality of that deck, which is a shame because, you know, they can print on thick cardstock because they have for this. I know this one is to colour, but that is just, they will bend really, really badly. And it's such a shame because the artwork is amazing. Really, really brilliant artwork. It's just let down by the poor quality cardstock. Anyway, let's pull down the camera. We'll do the side by side, which I promised to do, and then I'll come back at the end with my thoughts. Okay, so that's the side-by-side comparison. I mean, what can I say? Oh, these are the backs, by the way, just in case I didn't, I don't think I showed the backs side by side, the black and white version and the coloured version. I actually think that the artwork, and I love black and white decks as well, there's something about black and white decks I quite enjoy, but the use of colour that's added to this is absolutely beautiful. I love the more muted tones, they're not bright, they're not garish, it breathes life into the cards. The artwork is absolutely phenomenal in this deck. I really do love it. I like the finish to the cards. They are linen, they're like a soft linen. The disappointment is to wait for 8 months for this deck to come back, to be made available again, and then discover that is so disappointing. Because for me, cardstock is really important. When I did my all about tarot tag, and I talked about pet peeves, it was, you know, crappy cardstock. Will it stop me from using it? No, because I really want to work with this deck over Salmon. And as I said, the artwork is incredible, really, really incredible. But I know that this will get bent, it will get dinged up, it will rip. And look at that. I mean, such a gorgeous card. But even calling them cards doesn't feel right. It just feels like paper. Literally the worst deck for cardstock, the worst by far that I have in my collection. And it's a real shame because it is a beauty. It's an amazing, amazing deck. And I don't know why they've done it, because they do print on good cardstock. I know this is probably a different kind of cardstock because it wants to be coloured, but I've got cards that have this cardstock, and this is nice. It's really nice. I just can't get over what they were probably thinking. But anyway, I believe in giving honest reviews. Lots of people, for some reason, buy decks on my recommendations. And I want to be completely honest. If you also are considering getting this, just know that, you know, that for me is an issue. It might not be an issue for you, particularly if you're, you know, somebody who likes thin cardstock. I can't imagine why, but, you know, I'm sure there are people out there who enjoy thinner cardstock. But this thin and this thin. Anyway, thank you for watching, everybody. I think this afternoon I might make a pen video just to cheer myself up. I've got some new Lamis to show, so I'll probably do that. Thanks for watching, and until next time, go in peace. Namaste, and blessed be.